Welcome to the Arsenal, Julian. How excited are you to be joining the club?
Really excited, especially now I'm here. Everyone is so nice and yeah, it's so big and you can see it's a big club, so I'm really excited.
What was your first reaction when you knew the club were interested in you?
Obviously, Arsenal is a big club, so my first reaction was a happy reaction. I remember my agent calling me. At first, I couldn't believe it, but I was really happy.
We've seen the video of you as a teenager at Ajax saying that your ambition one day was to play for Arsenal.
I think it was because of my brothers. They always were an Arsenal fan, and I just loved seeing Arsenal play. They had big players. The way they play, the style, I just love the club, and yeah, I had it from a young age. But my brothers kind of put it in me, so yeah.
And Arsenal and Ajax have a long history, a tradition of buying players from Ajax. Obviously Dennis Bergkamp, but also Canu, Thomas Vermaelen. What does it mean to you to follow in the footsteps of those players?
There are a couple of players, but there are not a lot. So I think it's special to be here as an Ajax player, and it's special that they notice you and they see me as the player I am, and I think it says a lot about me and about the club, that the relationship between Ajax and Arsenal.
We know that you're comfortable as a right-sided defender or central defender, but what do you feel is your best position? What's your strength?
Yeah, for me it doesn't really matter. I think that I'm lucky to say that I can play as a central defender, as a right fullback, sometimes even on the midfield. So I think that's a good thing, and I need to keep that.
And have you spoken to Mikel Arteta about that, about what he sees as your role in the team?
Yeah, and he says the same thing. So we're on the same page. But yeah, I spoke to him a couple of times before I came here, obviously, and we had some good conversations.
Do you know much about the current team? Did you watch much for last season, for example?
I watched a lot of games, obviously, because Arsenal were doing good, and they're a fun team to watch. And they have great players in the team, so I can't wait to see what they can do in real life.
One of the players that you might know a bit about is Bukayo Saka, because you played against him, didn't you, in the Under-17 European Championships in 2018?
I played against him, yeah, there was a semi-final, I think. I think he was a left fullback, so it was kind of 2 against 1 for me, with the left wing and Saka. I had a tough game that night. But
you came out on top eventually on penalties?
Yeah, we came out on top, true. We had a really tough game. I think if you watch the summary of that game, you can see Saka running the whole time. So it was a good game. So
you've now been looking forward to being on the same team as him.
On the same team, yeah.
And in that championships, you scored penalties in the shootouts, and you scored in the final. Is this something we can expect to see from you?
I scored 3 times actually, in the semi-final, quarter-final, and the final.
So what would you say are your main strengths, your main qualities as a player?
I just like the way Arsenal plays. It's a bit similar as to Ajax style, and I like to play from the back. I'm quick. That's the way I like to play, and I want to show it here as well.
So do you have a message for all the Arsenal supporters who are excited to see you in action?
I'm also excited to play for this beautiful club, and I can't wait to start and to see the fans obviously in the stadium.